With crackdowns on the production and importation of drugs like fentanyl, cartels have pivoted to putting other, often more addictive and deadly things into what they're selling on American streets.
Yeah, so how do we know what is out there and what's the best way to combat it? Those are the subjects of tonight's Buckley Report.
From a room in the basement of this church in Winston-Salem, the team at Twin City Harm Reduction has a sermon that most people would prefer not to hear.
It is an unrealistic goal to remove drugs from society. 100+ years of prohibition and trying to do that has taught us that.
A century ago, law enforcement smashed liquor barrels and poured it all down drains, thinking it could rid society of the demon rum. Colin Miller is here to tell you that's a fool's errand.
That desire to change our consciousness is just part of the human experience, whether that's with prayer, meditation, substances that you imbibe, whatever it is. We do all sorts of things to change the way that we feel, to improve our mood.
But that becomes particularly deadly when people turn to illicit street drugs that can contain things that no one is aware of. Discovering what's in those drugs is Erin Tracy's job.
Is constantly playing catch up to identify what is already in the supply.
She's a chemist in a lab at UNC Chapel Hill that analyzes street drugs to identify what's in them, and the latest craze is a drug called xylazine.
Xylazine is a horse tranquilizer, and it has been around for over a decade actually. We first started hearing about it out of Puerto Rico and then really started hitting the East Coast hard.
It's caught the attention of the federal government. Earlier this year, the Biden administration labeled it an official emerging threat to the country. Xylazine is cheap, creates a more intense high than even fentanyl, and is easy to get because it's legal.
Just because it's legally sold doesn't mean it's harmless.
100%.
As a parent, this stuff scares the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Can you understand that for most parents?
I can definitely understand that.
Colin Miller wears the pain of drug addiction on his sleeve.
These are all friends, family members that have died from either violence, suicide, or drug overdose, pretty much.
But living in that world at one time taught him that the way that we fought drug use for generations is ineffective, and that his therapy program at Twin City Harm Reduction is the most effective way to combat it.
When you look at the research, we're talking about success rates that are, 4 to 10 times higher with using these treatments, medications for the treatment of opioid use disorder like methadone or buprenorphine. Yet we continue to pour money into abstinence-based traditional treatment that doesn't really have a basis in the research and isn't really evidence-based.
Colin believes we continue to make the same mistakes.
We see the same sort of laws that we came up with that were ineffective and ballooned the prison and jail populations in the United States back in the 80s during the so-called crack epidemic. We're seeing the same sort of laws being made to combat fentanyl analogs, and now in some states, xylazine.
The worst part is, even that may be too late.
Things change so rapidly. We're talking about xylazine today, and in 2 months we could be talking about something completely different.
Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Although Miller's program strongly counsels people to not use drugs, he says the problem is we have no effective response for those who ignore that advice, which is why he says some controlled, legalized system may be the most effective in the long run.